Okay, so yan. So magandang gabi po sa ating lahat, no? So ito po, yan po yung ating unang session po para sa ating August 20, 2025 Registered Master Electrician Board Examination, no? Online review. This is via YouTube. Sa gabing po ito ay ating pag-usapan ang mga kailangan yung i-prepare, no? Lalo na doon sa mga first timer na magti-take ng RME exam ngayong August 2025. Okay? So ito po, yung ating itatalakayin sa gabing ito. So yung function at yung trabaho ng RME, so the work and function of unregistered master electrician, mga important na mga examination related dates. Tingin ko walang n yung ating important, no? Baguhin ko muna. Okay, yan. Okay. Tapos yung mga application requirements, yung scope ng examination, yung passing rate, ano din natin kung paano yung lalaman if you pass or fail. Tapos yung examination proper, kung ano yung mangyayari sa during the examination. Binago lang po tayo ng konti sa ating PowerPoint po. Okay, yan, no? Examination proper. Tapos yung flow po ng ating online review. So unahin muna natin yung function, no, at trabaho ng isang RME. So ang isang RME po is a licensed professional, no, in the Philippines, authorized to install, maintain and repair electrical system, no, up to 500 kVA and 600 volts. So yung may limit po yung RME, no, hanggang ano lang po, hanggang 500 kVA at 600 volts lang po ang pwede niyang i-install or i-maintain or i-repair. And also they could be have the supervision for electrical work in residential, commercial and industrial settings. Tapos, so under the Republic Act, no, 7920, also known as the New Electrical Engineering Law of the Philippines, which was enacted, no, way back 1998, no. So the RME has specific roles and responsibilities distinct, no, from those of the professional electrical engineer and the registered electrical engineer. So mainly yung mga roles na to, or yung mga functions na to, una is the install, wire, operate and maintain and also repair of electrical machinery, the apparatus, devices, then also the installation of wiring fixtures and equipment for light, heat, power and signaling purposes. Tapos, no, work on electrical system which the capacity is with limit to 500 kilovolt amperes and 600 volts, no, and also to supervise the electrical installations of residential buildings, commercial establishments, industrial plants and institutional buildings. Also, ang mga responsibilities at function, no, ng RME is to engage in practice of electrical wiring and installation. So for power and lighting systems, yung sa mga outlet at mga ilaw, motor controls, grounding system and electrical safety devices or mga electrical protective devices to the breaker, fuses, TVSS and GFCI, no, and also assist in the supervision of electrical works, no, which is ang supervision, no, ang RME yung supervisor, but he is under the direction, no, of the PE or the RMA when it is required by the law itself. Okay, so important dates po, no, para po doon sa magti-take ng exam. So the exam date is on August 26, no, 2025, which is on Tuesday. Okay, the application period will be May 27 po mag-open yung online application sa PRC, yung sa ano, yung liris, no, ng PRC, no, doon po kasi magkakuha ng appointment. So at May 27 doon na po kayo pwede mag-apply for the appointment bago kayo pumunta sa PRC. The last day of filing or the deadline of filing will be on July 29. Tapos yung result, no, after the exam on August 26, so the result will be expected to be released, which is 5 working days, no, on September 2, 2025. So requirements, no, so this is according to the Republic Act 7920 Section 18. So the qualifications of applicants for registered master electrician must be these of the following, no, they must possess and establish, no, by satisfaction to the board that a Filipino citizen, at least 18 years of age, had good reputation with higher moral values, and has not been convicted by any court, no, of an offense involving moral turpitude. Yan. So, when it comes naman sa technical background, kasi aside dun sa mga requirements yun, so dapat meron ding mga experience, no? So, if in case the applicant for exam has completed 3 years, no, of electrical engineering or any electrical engineering technology or electrical courses, no, na kinuha niya sa school which is recognized by the Philippine government, no? So, ang kailangan niya na experience is 1 year. So 3 years na course na electrical, 1 year yung kanyang experience na dapat makuha, no. So yung experience niya is dapat related sa wiring, installation, operation, and maintenance of electrical system and mga devices, no. Then if in case 2 years ang kanyang natapos na electrician course, no, sa isang school na which is recognized, no, by the Philippine government, so dapat din ang kanyang experience is 2 years din na related sa electrical. If 1 year lang naman ang kanyang course, no, as an electrician, no, so electrical course, electrical technology, electrical engineering, ng 1 year lang siya nakatungtong, no, so kailangan niya ng 3 years apprenticeship or 3 years experience related to electrical, no. Then has completed 4 high school, no, kunyari high school lang, so 4-year high school, no, so ibig sabihin hanggang grade 10, no, kasi ganyan yung high school natin is 6 years, no, meron tayong 4 years of junior high, tapos 2 years of senior high school. So if in case if you are a senior high graduate, no, so you only need to establish, no, na pagka-graduate yun ng grade 10 is natatrabaho na kayo as an electrician, so that you will only need 5 years, no, 5 years. So yung mga sa old curriculum naman, yung hindi, yung walang senior high, so dapat lang meron kayong diploma ng inyong high school, no, tapos ang inyong years of experience is 5 years. So kapag ito meron kayo nito, including the other requirements dito, yan, ito, then you are qualified to take the RME exam. And in order for the board, no, or the PRC to establish, dito nakalagay establish to the satisfaction of the board na lahat ng to is mayroon kayo, so dapat magpasa kayo ng mga documents, no, and those documents are what we are called as the documentary requirements, no. So this is the new documentary requirements as prescribed by the PRC through the Board of Electrical Engineering. So it was released, no, on 2022. So new documentary requirements for the application for registered master electrician examination. So nahin natin, no. So degree or course requirements, so yung sinabi ko na kanina. Then the documentary requirements, so PSA birth certificate, no? So mahalaga to. In case if you are a female applicant and you are married, so dapat ipakita na yung marriage certificate which is PSA. Tapos TOR, no? TOR if you are a graduate of graduate po kayo ng college or ng 3-year na course or 2-year na course, associate course on electricity or electrician or electrical engineering, so dapat meron kayong TOR. If in case wala po, hindi po kayo nakatungtong ng college, you are just an high school graduate, so all you need to give is your diploma, no, if you are an high school graduate. Then NBI clearance, so valid for at least 6 months of the date of filing of application. Then certificate of employment or any equivalent, no? So ito kailangan mo bigay mo tayo certificate of employment which should be given by the HR or the president, no, or your direct supervisor ng company. So ganun, no? So 3-year BCE, 1 year. So 1 year nakalagay dapat sa certificate of employment nyo. 2-year vocational electrician course, 2 years din yung experience. 1 year, 3 years yung experience. Kapag high school graduate is 5 years. So aside from these 5 documents, so yung certificate of employment, mayroon pa yung kalakip na certificate of experience in which it will be signed by a licensed electrical practitioner, either that is a PEE, an REE, or RME, na ang kanyang license is valid for 5 years, or yung kanyang license is naka-lapse na ng 5 years. So itong 5 plus yung isang certificate of experience, so meron na tayong 6. So ang pang-7 is ito, certificate or affidavit of record of practice, no, limited but not limited to the following. So dito TESDA na certificate. So dito yung NC2 sa AIM electrical installation and maintenance, NC2 sa electrical power distribution and line construction, NC3 electrical installation and maintenance, or NC3 is electrical power distribution, operation and maintenance. Kahit alin lang po dito yung isa-submit nyo, no, the valid copy, hindi po expire. Kahit alin, isa lang po ang kailangan yung isubmit dito, no? If kunyari mayroon kayo ditong 4, no, so it will not matter kahit 4 pa isubmit nyo kasi isa lang po yung required, kahit alin dito. Then you will have to have also an affidavit of apprenticeship, no, issued by instructor trainers which are also licensed practitioner, and meron po silang accreditation na galing po sa IIEE, which is the EIP or the Accredited Integrated Professional Organization para po sa mga electrical engineers. So yan po yung IIEE. So hindi po basta-basta makapag-issue kahit sinong REE, RME, or PEE if wala po silang certification or accreditation na galing po sa IIEE, no? So para maliwanagan po tayo kung ano yung mga isasubmit talaga na documents, no, especially the forms. So unahin po natin yung certificate of experience. Ito po, yan. So ang pwede pong pumirma dito is the REE, RME, or REE, tapos ipa-notarize po to, no? So ang ilalagay po dito na specific work functions ay yun pong nakalagay dun po sa inyong certificate of employment. Yan. So ang ilalagay po na company is yung company po na pinagtatrabuhan nyo, o yung company na nandun po nakalagay yung nandun po sa certificate of employment nyo. Ito yung sasabi ko po na certification. So yung certification na to ay ni-issue po dun po sa pwedeng magpirma ng affidavit of apprenticeship. Isasama po to sa ipapasa to prove na yung pumirma po doon is accredited ng IIEE, no? So ito po yung accreditation ko. So i-ano na natin yung mga important details, but this is usually yung certification or the accreditation. So if yung nag-issue sa inyo ng affidavit of apprenticeship wala po nito, so hindi po magiging valid yung kanyang in-issue na affidavit of apprenticeship, no? So ito po yung affidavit of apprenticeship, no? Ito po yung form. So dito yung pangalan ng ng inyong supervisor, yung pangalan ng pipirma, tapos pipili siya sa tatlong ito, if PE ba siya, RE or RME, tapos ilalagay niya dito yung kanyang company at yung address, tapos dito yun ilalagay yung pangalan nyo nung magti-take, tapos yung pangalan ng company ilalagay po dito is kung ilang years. So kunyari yung required number of years na doon is 5 years, so dito ilalagay din yung number of hours, no, completed at least ilang hours yung 5 years, tapos dito lalagyan din ng 5 years, tapos dito ilalagay yung kanyang mga yung ginawa, no, as an electrician, no, tapos ito din is notarize, yan. Okay, tapos ito din yung panibagong certificate of experience, no, na ang magbibigay din at pipirma is yung mag-i-issue sa inyo nitong or yung pipirma nitong affidavit of apprenticeship. So yan, no? So ito is ano din to, ipa-notarize din to. Yan, notarize din yan. So ibig sabihin, so meron po kayong tatlong documents na ipapa-notarize, no? So siguro tatanong kayo if itong document na to, no, magkapareho yung papirma dito. What if dun sa unang document yung ito? Pwede din ba na pareho? Pwede po, no? So mas maigi po na yung pipirma dito same din yung pipirma sa yung affidavit of apprenticeship at yung certificate of experience na issued by the Institute of Integrated Electrical Engineers of the Philippines. Yan. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, dapat yung pipirma talaga ng mga documents nyo is may ganitong certification. Okay? Yan. So, sa mga repeater naman, no, yung hindi pinalad sa mga nakaraang exam, so ang ipapasa nyo lang or i-attach nyo lang sa inyong online application. So, no, dito po kayong pumuntas, no, sa PRC is yung notice of admission, tapos NBI clearance issued 6 months or valid 6 months before the date of the examination. So dito tayo sa scoop, no, ng ating exam. So sa mga first timer, ito po yung lahat, no, sa exam, yung technical subjects natin. Ito po yung exam for the morning kasi dalawang exam yan, morning at afternoon. So Ohm's law, electrical machine, control equipment, electrical components, maintenance and repair, test equipment, and yung electrical engineering law. No, kasama rin po dito yung basic occupational safety. Yan. Sa hapon naman is yung Philippine Electrical Code Part 1 and 2. So ito po yung mga mga kasama niya, no, ng mga subjects, no, or mga topics. So mga general requirements for electrical wiring and equipment, approved wiring methods, types of wiring materials and devices, installation of switchboards and paddle boards, installations in hazardous locations, ng mga wiring diagrams natin, no, motor starters and motor protection, and also the drawing, symbols, and wiring plans. So sa passing rate natin, so dapat po ang yung dalawang subject, no, 50% ng bawat isa po niyan is doon po kukunin ang inyong general average, no. So 50-50 at total of 100, no. So dapat mainam po to, in order to pass, so dapat pasado kayo dito sa technical subject, pasado din po kayo sa Philippine Electrical Code, no. So the passing rate is 70%, no. So with no grade below 50%. So marami po natatanong doon pa po sa mga previous videos ko when talking about the preliminaries or yung mga requirements or yung mga dapat malaman sa kakuha ng RME exam is kadalasan po nagtatanong, lalo na doon po sa mga repeater, is ang nangyari po is ang kadila pong score kunyari sa PEC, no. So ito nangyari natin, ha, sa PEC, Philippine Electrical Code. So ang nakuha po nila, no, is 60%. Yan. Tapos sa technical subject, no, ang nakuha po is 70%. So kung kukunin po natin yung average nito, this will be equal to 65%. Ang pinaka-common na tanong is, if magre-retake ba ako, need pa bang mag-take yung dalawang ito, yung PEC? Kailangan ko ba bang i-take yung PEC at yung technical? Ito bang dalawa, or yung PEC lang yung iti-take ko kasi yung PEC lang yung below 70? Ang sagot po dyan is, tingnan nyo po yung average nyo. Ito yung average. Yan. Ito yung average. As long po as hindi yan umabot ng 70% yung average, kahit pa ito 70 or 72 or 73, as long po as hindi ito umabot ng 70 yung average, itong dalawang subject nyo is kailangan yung i-repeat. So ganun lang po. Okay, for example, yung PEC is kuha natin 68. Yan. Tapos yung technical subject is 72. Yan. So yan yung mga percentage niya. So kapag in-add to, kinuna to ng average, so that will be equal to 70%. So 70. So meaning this is pasado kasi yung the passing average natin is 70. Yan. So let's have another scenario. Kunyari ito. So anong nangyari, yung kanyang technical subject, so kanyang technical subject is, sabihin nating 90. Yan. 90. So pero ang kanyang Philippine Electrical Code is only 49. Yan. So tingin nyo ano yung average nito, no? So kita natin yung average natin nito. Kunin ko muna yung ating calculator. Yan. So that is 90. So plus 49, i-divide po natin ng 2 to get the average. Okay. So 90 plus 49 divide 2. So 69.5. Yan. Yan. So yan po. So ito po is 69.5%. So tingin nyo, pasado to or hindi? So hindi po umabot ng 70. So hindi po siya pasado. Ang tanong, kailangan pa ba niyang mag-take ng technical subject pag mag-exam siya? Kailangan pa, no? Kasi hindi umabot ng 70. So itong dalawa pa rin ang kaniyang iti-take. So next example. Ang kanyang technical is 93. Ang kanyang PEC is 49. Yan. Kukuha natin yan ng average. Okay. So 93 plus 49. Okay, divide 2. We have 71. Yan. 71. Ang tanong, pasado to or hindi? Ito 71. Of course, nakaabot siya sa 70%. So, meaning, pasado siya. Pero, may isang condition. 70% ka, no? 70% as long as wala kang grade, no? Sa dalawang subject, yung technical subject at Philippine Electrical Code na below 50%. Balikan natin dito, ang kanyang technical is 93. Pero ang kanyang PEC is 49. So meaning itong PEC is below 50%. So ano mangyayari? So this 71, hindi po yan pass. Ang tawag po dyan is conditional. So kapag nag-take siya ulit, ang iti-take lang niya is itong PEC. Kasi ito lang yung mababa, yung below 50%. So ang tanong, kailangan bang makakuha lang siya ng 50%? No. Sa pag-retake niya, dapat i-70 niya yung kanyang score dito or points dito. Yan. No? So, kaya dito, isa lang subject ang kanyang nakuha kasi conditional siya, meaning pasado ang kanyang rating, above 70 above, pero meron siyang isang subject na below 50%. At yung subject na yun na ang kanyang iti-take, na dapat pag retake niya, ang kanyang score doon is 70%. Yung iba, kahit pa perfect dito, no? Or perfect ka sa technical, as long as hindi umabot ng 70% ang iyong average, ang gagawin talaga is kukunin mo lahat yung dalawang subject sa pag-retake mo. Kukunin mo rin yung technical at yung PEC. Okay? So sana po maliwanag yon, no? In case po hindi pa maliwanag, so magbibigay po ako ng link, no, sa baba, no, kung paano niyo po ako ma-direct message, no, para po ipaliwanag po natin ng maayos, no, at susubukan ko pong i-entertain po lahat ng inyong mga messages. Okay, then examination proper. So the exam will start at 7 po, no, 7 AM. No, ito po yung mga general instruction. Mayroon po i-fill out ng mga forms, no, yung mga personal information, yung name, kung saan po kayo nag-review, if hindi po kayo nag-review center, self-review po ilagay nyo, birth date, tapos yung serial number ng bawat test booklet at bawat answer sheet nyo. So 8 to 12 noon, so yan na po yung magiging technical subject natin. So ito po yung lahat ng mga subject, no. So 50% po yan ang score, no, kung sinabi kanina. Tapos magla-lunch break po, babalik po ng 1 PM. So 1 to 5 PM, which is the Philippine Electrical Code Part 1 and 2. Yan, so ito po yung nakalagay. So 50% din po yan. Okay? So meaning, isang araw na po yung exam. Tapos 5 days after, so pinakamatagal na po yung 5 days, no, 5 working days, lalabas na po yung result. Okay, so sa atin namang part, no, so this is a free online review via YouTube po, no, sa akin po YouTube channel, no. So ito po symbol natin, Engineer Iking Explains, and I am Engineer Iking, and we will have also review schedule, no. So sa ngayon lang dapat siguro yung video na to will be posted, no, on May 25, pero nagkaroon po tayo ng konting technical technicalities, no, karoon po natin problema, so medyo na late po yung upload natin for this first session, no. But usually the upload of our videos, no, our review videos or review sessions will be during Saturdays and Sundays 8 to 10 PM, no. At ang bawat pong mga videos na yan, sa baba po is meron po tayong mga exam, no, or mga practice exam related to the discussion, no, para po maka-try nyo po, no, kung paano po mag-answer ng mga questions po, no. Tapos yung bawat pong exam po yun, no, for you to be able to access the exam, meron po yung password. So dapat po is you watch the whole video, kasi at any part of the video po, doon ko po ibibigay yung ating password. Okay, so unahin muna natin yung ating review schedule. Yan, so this is for the technical subject. So we are in session 1, the preliminaries. Session 2 is basic electricity and Ohm's law, which is on next Saturday po, no. Tapos session 3 is DC and AC circuit. Session 4 is electronic components. Session 5, electrical machines and control equipment. 6 is transformer and substation. The 7th is all about electrical tools, materials, equipment, maintenance and repair. Then we have electrical engineering law, tapos yung Bosch. Tapos makakaroon po kayo ng sa ika-10 session, no. So makakaroon po kayo ng mock exam for technical subject. Of course, yung discussion natin dito will be the discussion of the correct answers po sa inyong mock board, no, which is during this time, no, June 28. After that po, sa session 11 po natin, so isisimula po natin yung PEC part 1 and 2, no. So bawat chapter po na Philippine Electrical Code part 1 at part 2 ay atin pong i-discuss, no. And we will end up with our mock board for PEC, no, on August 16. Tapos yung yung final pre-board po is yung August 17. Yan. Okay, so I guess po yan na po yung ating session for this evening, no. So I hope po if you any questions, so please do so po, mag-comment po kayo sa ating video, or you could contact me po sa aking ilalagay po na Facebook page, no, kung saan po pwede po kayong mag-message sa akin directly. Of course po, it's a very big help po para ma-continue po natin yung ating mga nitong session is for you to subscribe. Tapos if medyo po talaga yung gustong i-support yung ating channel, so you could also join our Master Electrician membership, no. Nasa baba po yung link, no. So for as low as 149 pesos per month po, so you could help the channel a lot po sa yung membership, and you will have also some exclusive videos, especially yung videos discussing about the previous previous mga questions, no, sa lumabas ng mga previous na exam, no. Okay, so I hope po may natutunan po kayo, no, in this our session this evening, no. So we have to learn it, we have to love it, and we must level up. So ito po yung first step natin para mag-level up, no. First step po sa inyo para mag-level up to become a licensed electrical practitioner. So thank you po, and of course enjoy learning.